Welcome back to Ansibles, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Night Countdown. I'm going to go over the top 5 stocks that have been pretty volatile this week, but have not completely broken out, have potential to continue. I'm going to go over exactly which levels they're trying to hold above, which indicators will give them confirmation on a continuation. And all I ask for all of this is you smash that like button and hit subscribe if you want to see more entries and breakouts that we mentioned throughout the week. So let's get into this one. So the first one I'm going to go over with you guys here is NAKD. I'm going to go over exactly how this one has been playing out. What will give us confirmation to break out of this consolidation that we have been having for quite a while here on NAKD. And also, I'm going to go over these other 4 with you guys. But I do want to mention before we get started that we do alert breakout alerts at the day. A few breakouts that we had this week, we mentioned RWLK on their exosuit news from $1.40, jumping all to $2.40 into the next day in pre-market. Over 50% on that breakout. And the day before that, we mentioned EVAX going to extended hours at $15, jumping all up to $50 going to extended hours, over 200% on that breakout. And we also had a major breakout in multi-runner with FATBB. We mentioned them as a major breakout on Wednesday, also on Thursday from $14, jumping all up to $24, over 50% on that breakout. So if you are interested in intraday perspective breakouts, go to instabulls.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout alert today again. So as you guys can see here on NAKD, we broke all the way up to $3.40 previously, looking to see if we can return to those previous highs that we had. And as you guys can see recently, we have been consolidating, looking to see if we can break out of this consolidation to possibly have this compression turn into a possible move up. And to justify that confirmation here on this breakout, what I would be looking for is the same thing that happened here with this previous major breakout. Is, as you guys can see here on the MACD, we broke above our previous buy pressure points. We had that continuation, even broke above this previous buy pressure point that we had here on this major spike, all the way up to about $2.61. Had that confirmation, continued on past that previous buy pressure point, giving us confirmation on that continuation up all up to $3.40. Now looking for the same thing to happen here. As you guys can see recently, we have been getting some spikes. We have not been continuing on up. So looking to see if we can break out of this compression and out of this consolidation. Breaking above our previous buy pressure points is exactly what we'll be looking for here on NAKD. And to set that alert here on trading, you go over the plus sign here, you click add alert, and you can put that alert right above your previous buy pressure point. So that way, if it does break above it, then it will give us confirmation on that increase in momentum and breaking out of that consolidation here on NAKD. That's exactly how I would be justifying this one to have that possible gap up. Now, what price would we gap up to, and what exactly would give us confirmation to break over that $3.40 mark? Well, to break over that $3.40 mark will be to break above that previous momentum that we had when we broke up to $3.40, just like we did previously when we broke up to $2.60, broke above it, give us confirmation to break past that. Now, as you guys can see, we are going to have a gap up here if we do break above these buy pressure points that we have been having in this consolidation. Now, what I would be looking for as the play is to look to see if we can hold over $1, as we always look for every single stock. Of course, a lot of people are curious if we should be holding at this point in time. If I was holding this stock out of this consolidation and you did believe in NAKD, then I would be holding it, making sure my stop loss is at least at 50 cents. As you guys can see, we have been bouncing off of 50 cents and we have been consolidating just over 50 cents for quite a while. So in my opinion, my stop loss would be at 50 cents if I was holding this on this consolidation and I did believe in this play. But if I was looking to buy into the breakout, what I would be looking for here is to look to see if we can hold over $1, get that confirmation on the MACD here, and look to see if we can gap up to our previous rejection that we had at about 121. So NAKD will definitely be on the watch, as AMC has been heating up as well. If we do see a continuation of AMC, we could see a continuation with NAKD, and CLOV has been heating up as well. Many other meme stocks have been moving around. And also something else to consider here with NAKD is that they do like to follow with AMC. If AMC does have a major breakout and does break out of that consolidation, which we did go over yesterday, then we could have a continuation here and possibly break out of our consolidation here on NAKD. Now, the next one I really wanted to go over with you guys here is RWLK, and I have 2 reasons why I really like RWLK, which I did buy this one on the dip. We did have this major breakout previously in the Instabulls room, and I did buy this one here on the dip, and we did have this continuation going into this week because they did come out with their exosuit news. Now, this exosuit helps people that struggle with strokes. They can wear this exosuit, and it helps them be more mobile from the comfort of their own home. This is huge for RWLK. Now, RWLK also is a robotic company. In my opinion, robotic companies are going to be amazing long plays. Now, to go over these levels with you guys here, as you guys can see recently, we had that major breakout with the exosuit. Looking to see if we can hold this level here at 175 that we could not hold the body of the candle above here. And we also did have our continuation sell-off from. So again, looking to see if we can hold 175 going into this week. We could have a possible gap up here to 210. And looking for that major breakout here at 238 is what I'll be looking for to have that major breakout. Now, if we can hold 238, we could have a possible gap up here to about $3 that we did have our continuation sell-off from. And if we can hold over $3, then we could be looking for that gap up here to 385. And to hold over 385, we will be looking to see if we can gap up here to 551. As you guys can see, we have our previous major sell-off point and our previous rejection to the upside at about 551. So ultimately getting our blue sky breakout at 551 is what we're looking for here. But again, a robotic company, something I really do like as a long play. Again, not financial advice, is something that I am doing. I am holding RWLK as a long play, and I am not heavy in it. Now, the next one I really want to go over with you guys here is METX. And the reason I want to go over METX with you guys is because METX has been heating up recently. A lot of people are curious if we're going to possibly have a major reversal here. I'm going to go over exactly which levels are going to give us confirmation on that reversal. As you guys can see, again, we have been overall continuously selling off. Not exactly the best setup for a possible major breakout, but one thing we do want to consider here on the 4-hour chart is that we do not have the 200 average holding above the 50 at any point in time within this chart till recently, which could be signaling that we could be having a continuation up. We're going to see if we do continue on with the 200 average crossing above the 50 here. Holding over 75 is what I will be looking for going to this week. Now, if we do hold the 200 average above the 50 here and we do continue on past 75, then in my opinion, we could have this gap up here to $1, as we did have our previous wick to the upside and we did have our continuation sell off from here. We also had a bounce and we got rejected just to the upside here. We had another bounce that we almost got rejected to the upside. We had a bounce here as we almost had our continuation sell off, had a bounce and had a continuation sell off. So again, 75 has been very key. That's why we got rejected to the upside here. But however, we do have the 200 average still above the 50 here. If we do continue to bounce off the 200 average and we do continue on past 75, then I would have no reason to think that we can't reach $1 at that point in time. Now, the safer gap up here, in my opinion, would be from $1 to 122. As you guys can see, we had our stronger gap down, showing us that the gap up would be easier at this point in time. As you guys can see, overall, we have been consolidating on down, looking to see if we can reclaim 75. It doesn't mean that we can guarantee necessarily get to $1 from here, but it does mean that we do need confirmation to continue on up from here. And to get that confirmation, as you guys can see, overall, we have been not getting a lot of buy pressure. We have been getting some sell pressure. Overall, we do have the EMA lines above the MACD here showing us that we could continue. That is why I like METX here, is because we do have the EMA lines above the MACD showing us that we could continue. And overall, we have been decreasing in sell pressure. If we do continue to increase in buy pressure and break above our previous buy pressure that we see here, then in my opinion, we could have that gap up here. Again, METX will be on the watch, making sure we do continue on with volume and momentum. Now, METX does like to react to the market, be very choppy, and the market has been very choppy. So if we do have a continuation sell-off here in the market, then we could have a reaction to the upside here with METX. We're going to definitely keep them on watch, making sure they can reclaim 75 is what I'll be looking for. And again, if the market does get very choppy and we do hold 75, then I would be more inclined to think that we could possibly have this gap up here to $1. Now, the next one I'm going to go over with you guys here is MRIN. A lot of people are curious if MRIN is going to have a major gap up like we did previously. You guys can see we had this major gap up. We did alert this one in the principles room when we did have this major gap up. And as you guys can see, since then, we have been consolidating. We also did alert this gap up here in the principles room, looking to see if we can continue on with this pattern. Had a major breakout, consolidated, had a major breakout, now consolidating, respecting this level that we did have from that breakout on this consolidation. So looking to see if we can consolidate here and pass this momentum that we did have to possibly gap up and test our previous highs we're looking for here. So as you guys can see, we have our buy pressure point. If we can break above this previous buy pressure point here on the MACD, then in my opinion, we could have that major gap up. So I would be setting my alert here right above this previous buy pressure point, so that way if it does break above it, then we will have confirmation on that gap up. Now, something to consider about MRN is that MRN is a meme stock. So if all of these meme stocks continue to get volume, then in my opinion, MRN could continue with volume here. We will keep this on the watch as we do have this decrease in buy pressure, looking to see if we can continue to increase in buy pressure, looking for that confirmation to break above, again, this momentum that we did have on this bounce. And if we do continue on past this momentum that we did have on this bounce, then we could have confirmation on a major gap up here with MRN. Now, the next one I want to go over with you guys here is ALZN. And the reason I want to go over ALZN is because actually, a lot of people have been asking about this one in the comment section, curious exactly how this one could play out, what exactly would have to happen. As you guys can see, we have the 200 average still below the 50 here, showing us that we are looking for the 200 average to cross back above the 50 here. We are getting very close. As you guys can see, we are going to be watching this one going into this week. This one has been very volatile this week, showing us that we could continue. Had a major spike, has been consolidating, looking for that major spike to continue. Now, I would be jumping into the 1 hour chart with you guys here on this one to make sure we do get confirmation. As you guys can see, we did have our continuation sell off at this point. We also do have our VPVR showing us the most amount of volume that was traded within the stock's time period. Now, as you guys can see here on the VPVR, we have our peaks here on the most amount of volume that was traded within the stock's time period. As you guys can see, we have a very key point that we did consolidate and had our continuation sell off point here at 408, looking to see if we can gap up from 408 to 499 is what I'll be looking for here. As you guys can see, we previously had this bounce. We did also have this bounce here. We did have our continuation sell-off. We came up, tried to respect this level here at 499, and also $5 being a very strong psychological resistance is what I would be looking for to have this gap up. And if we can continue on past $5, then we could be looking to see if we can retest 640 here. As you guys can see, we also do have our strong peak here at about 640, looking to see if we can test 640 if we can continue on past $5. But again, going to this week, I would be looking to see if we can hold over 408. Only going to be on the watch till we do hold over 408 in my opinion. Now again, with that said, if you guys do want to see all of our breakout alerts of the day, go to instabulls.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout alert of the day again. And everybody that has been supporting the channel, all of you instabulls that have been coming over and supporting the channel, I appreciate every one of you guys. As always, much love to every one of you guys. And if you guys do like this video, it does help others find it, and it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.